Hi, I'm Nicole Crane, and I am creeping it real today about my new program called Solo. I am launching on June 17th, and it's a 4-week program. So, since it's one-on-one coaching, it starts that week, but you can kind of decide which day in that week you want to get started. Um, so, I want to share a little bit about my experience that I had when I went out last night. Um, I was very present in my body for once, which is kind of unusual for me when I'm out and about. And so it's really an indication to me that not only did going through my breakup boot camp myself worked, but also creating Solo is really changing and shifting the way that I experience both my sensations in my body and energy levels, and kind of having a little bit more control over that, but also increasing the pleasure that I experience while interacting with other people. So the biggest thing that I want to share is something that kind of went from the two-dimensional, like, knowledge and like book learning, so to speak, and went into the like three-dimensional world as personal experience, which is that pleasure comes from me. So this is something that I intangibly, and like as far as like thinking and knowing goes, I learned that from my sex, love, and relationship coaching program that I graduated from in December, where I knew that a lot of times we project sexual pleasure as something that someone else gives to us, that we need to interact with that person or get from that other person. So as far as like thoughts go, like I did know that my own pleasure comes from me. And last night I had so much fun just like flirting, and I just realized my microphone's not plugged in. I don't know if this will make any difference now, but like flirting and just interacting with a bunch of different people, and enjoying other people's company, and not having such a big gaping hole of need that like sucked people into the void. So it was really playful and fun to just get to like, the best way that I can explain it is I got to savor my own unique flavor, and it became like a little bit of a medley, but it wasn't like this soup that it usually becomes. It was like kind of like when you put a little bit of salt on watermelon and it makes the sweetness pop. That's really what it felt like. Like the other people were the salt and I was the watermelon, but it's not like other people's flavor like overpowered my own. It's just that it like really, that interaction and that reflection really just increased the enjoyment of my own flavor. And so I don't really like salt on my watermelon. And I think that's like a reflection of like where I'm at right now. I'm like, I don't really want to have a lot of mingling right now. Like I'm really enjoying like experiencing myself and just like really tuning out the noise. Like last week I did like a total like purge of external influences so that I could really tune into my own intuition, and I could really tune into different activities that really make me happy, and things that like tailoring. Oh my god, I fixed my dress for last night and I hated every moment of it. I like took a shortcut and I wasn't super pleased with that, and I'm just like, I'm done with this. This isn't fun for me. Like I enjoy like creating something new, but as far as like taking something old and like modifying it to make it something that works currently, like I'm done with that. Like it does not please me. It's not fun. It doesn't like increase my enjoyment of life. It actually takes away from it, and it like empties my cup. So this is kind of like the focus of Solo. So to kind of transition, sorry, I'm highly caffeinated today, you guys. I'm about to go to work. So to transition into the topic of what inspired the name for Solo, like one meaning for solo is like, you know, rolling solo, like you're not, you're just single, you're not attached, it's like all about you. But the deeper meaning of solo is like in a performance term, I wanted to kind of have it mean like the spotlight is solely on you. Like you're the star, you are the talent, and we're gonna just really like put the spotlight on how you shine. And so in creating this program, I feel like I'm really rediscovering the things that make me shine, and I'm cutting away and releasing and just really letting go of the things that used to make me happy and that used to serve different purposes. But now that I'm like shifting and growing as a person, there are a lot of things that just don't serve me anymore at the level that they used to when I had different priorities and different needs. So it's really interesting that like I was stuck in my old paradigm. Like, you know, this is the way that I have to make money. This is how I have to interact with men. This is how I have to interact with women to keep them as friends and make them feel secure around me. And so much of that is just like being shed right now. So solo really just takes that energy and puts that at the forefront, where it's all about you and your needs. So of course this is very much geared towards single people. It is open to men for once. The cost is $777 for 4 weeks, 2 of which we do live one-on-one coaching around empowering you. And I did a video last week that's both in my group and on YouTube if you want to check that out, with a little more details of what the program entails. And what else? Yeah, but just like to go back to that idea that just like money, pleasure comes from you. And sometimes the way that that is reflected back depends on the level of distortion of the mirror that you're looking into at the moment. So that's why sometimes like when you're around lower vibration people, it's like being in a fun house. And so it's really hard to see and experience yourself clearly when you have this really warped reflection of who you are because of the quality of the reflection of the people around you. Whereas like people who are just very present with you and don't have attachments to you showing up in a specific way, and just totally create safe space for you to show up exactly as you are in the moment, and allow you to be very present, even if you're messy, even if you're unhappy, even if you're like exploding with celebration over just like totally rocking your life. And they can accept you, and they don't need you to fit into a predetermined mold in order for them to like get something that they need from you. That's kind of like a very high quality, it's like my beautiful bathroom mirror with the vanity bulbs around it. It's like highly lit, I can see exactly what's going on, and it's like a very pure reflection. So and I would encourage you to only believe the reflection that you get from yourself, and to create time and space to really allow for that. Because I feel like there is so much distortion, whether it's like judgments that we receive from media, or even in spirituality, like bypassing, like, oh, only high vibes allowed or whatever. It's like sometimes you wake up shitty, like your hormones are off, your diet is off, your sleep is off, and you don't feel good. And that pressure to show up and perform at that level can really be a disservice, I think. So that can be like another form of a distortion. So if you have any feedback on this topic or any questions, please be in touch with me. And if you are interested in scheduling a discovery call to see if solo will be a good fit for you, I would love to be in touch with you. And I hope that you're having a great weekend. I'm sending you so much love. Mwah. We'll talk soon. Thanks.